asked random people what going organic means to them.
For me, going organic is simply going back to basics. It means prioritizing food, the food you eat, at its most natural or close to its natural or original state.
I believe that going organic means promising yourself in avoiding commercialized or processed things.
Going organic for me means consuming healthy food because it's non-GMO, it has less pesticides, and it's grown by renewable resources.
Going organic actually is discovering the real roots in terms of how you take care, cultivate any kind of produce.
According to the International Federation of Organic Agriculture Movement, or IFOM, organic agriculture is a production system that sustains the health of soils, ecosystems, and people. In general, going organic often only pertains to using and consuming food items that have been produced using natural methods, without the use of chemicals and other artificial substances. Most people, when they hear the phrase going organic, they often relate it to living a healthy lifestyle or even dieting. While this is true, going organic means something even more. The need to go organic is more obvious than ever. When it comes to the environment, in 2012, the Philippines only emitted 86,180 kilotons of carbon dioxide. As of 2021, the Philippines now emits 145,420 kilotons of carbon dioxide. Dioxide emission is the primary reason for the increasing negative effects of climate change. There is also an impending problem where the country might lack farmers soon, since the average age of farmers now are currently at 53 years old, according to the Philippine Statistics Authority. This is because opportunities for a sustainable and profitable livelihood in farming has yet to improve in promising rates in the Philippines. We at Naturland view going organic as a holistic approach to ensuring sustainability. While you may enjoy the benefits of going organic within yourself initially, the farmer who produced the products you consume is given a fair chance at building a livelihood through his farm. The soil where your products came from also has less chances of being eroded right away. Supporting organic products also mean less demand for products that use methods that have adverse effects to the environment. Given what you know now, what would be your answer to the question, what does going organic mean to you? For more information about going organic, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the Naturland Philippines YouTube channel. How to include organic products in your lifestyle. Starting your journey in including organic products in your lifestyle in today's modern world is now easier and more accessible. There are several ways you can include organic food in your diet. Look for stores that sell organic food in your area and buy organic products from there. Visit farmers markets and ask the farmers about their practices. Many cities now have organic farmers markets where farmers sell their organic produce directly to consumers. Or you can join a food delivery service offering organic products. This is a great way to ensure that your food is organic and fresh. Here are 3 tips on how to start. Step 1. Learn to identify certified organic products based on trusted certification labels. By incorporating organic food in your diet, you can enjoy the benefits of healthier and more nutritious food, while also supporting sustainable and environmentally friendly agricultural practices. If you are not buying organic food directly from the farmers, then organic certification labels will help you to be sure about the quality of the products you are buying. The label ensures that a certain food was produced using organic practices as defined in the related organic standards. Organic agriculture standards are developed and maintained by various organizations such as governments, non-governmental organizations, and sector associations. There are several types of organic logos that consumers in the Philippines may come across. Some examples include USDA Organic. This is a certification from the United States Department of Agriculture that is recognized in many countries around the world. The same is for EU Organic. This certification is issued by the European Union. In the future, you will also be able to find more and more products branded Naturland. We are a non-profit organization that certifies organic products based on a set of internationally recognized standards. We at Naturland aim to promote environmental protection and natural resource conservation through organic farming practices, and we have been doing this for 40 years. We are also the first association to introduce social responsibility in its organic standards, ensuring that working condition and human rights are also part of the products you eat. Step 2. Identify which products you often use and make the switch. It is now easier than ever to search for organic alternatives for the products we commonly use. Try making a list of products that you often consume and search for their organic alternatives. For example, if you are fond of vegetables, do look for organic options. If you can't buy directly from an organic farmer, then look for the organic labels you can trust. Step 3. Be consistent. The good thing about going organic is that it is very sustainable. Unlike diet fads that require you to give up certain food groups, going organic simply means switching to organic versions of the food you already eat. It doesn't deprive you, so you're more likely to stick to it. Beside imported organic products, you might also be able to find organic certified products coming from the Philippines, bearing our national organic logo. Organic production in the Philippines is regulated and supported by a dedicated legislation, the Republic Act N 11511. There you have it. We hope that these tips can propel you to start your journey to including organic products in your lifestyle. For more information about anything and everything organic, don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe to our YouTube channel, Naturland Philippines.
Hello. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to this live stream. We will be starting in a few minutes, but before that, here are a few reminders. Please make sure that your microphones are on mute or are turned off throughout the duration of the program. Should you have any questions and concerns during the program, please let us know through the chat box, and our staff will be ready to assist you. And this event will be recorded in its entirety, so please be advised that the recording of this event in full or in part may be used for Naturland's information and promotional materials as we deem necessary or appropriate. Good afternoon once again. Today's event is the 5th installment of the Naturland Philippines Livestream series to promote organic agriculture and lifestyle in the Philippines. Entitled #Back to Earth, Eat Heirloom Rice, Better for You and the Planet, the livestream aims to raise awareness about organic and heirloom rice and why Filipinos should consume more of it to support environmental sustainability, cultural preservation, and sustainable livelihood development. This is an important topic as rice is a staple in Filipino cuisine. Ika nga, rice is life for us Filipinos, di ba? So, we love our rice. However, there have been arising issues from the consumption of conventionally produced rice, both to human health and the environment. In 2022 alone, Filipinos consume more than 15.3 million metric tons of rice, according to Statista. So we really eat a lot of rice, and this makes the country one of the largest rice consumers in the world. Ironically, the Philippines is also the world's top rice importer. According to USDA, we import to reach 3.8 million metric tons in the coming years. Despite this, the Philippines is able to produce at least 20 metric tons of rice, making it the 8th biggest producer according to FAO's stat. Most rice farmers also use intensive chemical inputs, primarily pesticides and weedicides. And a case study showed that 87.94% of rice farmers around Lake Mainit in Mindanao, for example, indiscriminately use agrochemicals. This is a reality on many rice-producing provinces in the Philippines, leading to pollution of soil, rivers, and biodiversity loss. Thus, this will position the role of organic heirloom rice and why this should be mainstream. It will also underscore the necessity of preserving the natural environment and application of organic practice to sustain and scale up heirloom rice production. So let's delve more on this as we listen to our esteemed speakers in a few moments. I am Ryan Bestre and I will be your host for today. Feel free to engage with us as we go on with the program. Again, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to post them on the chat box. And for those who would want to avail of the certificate, kindly complete the evaluation form, which we will provide before the end of the live stream. Now, to give you an overview of Naturland and how it is tackling agricultural decline through organic agriculture, here is a short video.
Welcome to the Naturland Philippines YouTube channel. We created this channel to share with you the great news that together we can build an organic future. We are one of the largest international organic farmers associations in the world. And we have built a network of certified organic producers, processors, and retailers in 60 countries, including the Philippines, one of the 18 mega biodiverse countries in the world. In this channel, you are in for a journey wherein you will learn everything and anything about what it means to be organic and how you can take part in bridging the gap between the farmers, the consumers, and the environment. In the Philippines, we already have 3,270 smallholder farmers with our certification. We hope that with your help, we can grow this number and sustain our support for them as they bring their organic quality produce to the stores that also support our cause. So what are you waiting for? One way to start building our organic future is to share this great news. Please like, comment, and subscribe to our channel. And together, let's take it to heart the guiding organic and social principles of Naturland. We are organic. We are the future. Together, organic worldwide.
All right, so now you know more about Naturland. So again, you can like their Facebook pages and they also have a YouTube channel. Try to subscribe so that you will be updated of their activities. So once again, welcome to all of you. We have around 68 in the Zoom room, and we also have a lot of viewers on Facebook and YouTube. For those who are participating on Zoom, maybe you can also introduce yourself, what organization you are representing, where you're from. Maybe we can also use this opportunity to connect to each other as we try to promote organic more throughout the Philippines and the world. Okay, without further ado, I think everyone is now ready for our first topic, which will revolve on the health benefits of eating organic rice and why families should incorporate it to their lifestyle. Our first speaker is Miss Maria Rowena Buena. She will be discussing why organic rice differs with conventionally produced rice in terms of nutritional value. Moreover, she will present the strategies of magsasaka at scientifico para sa pag-unlad ng agrikultura or masipag to promote organic rice production and consumption in the Philippines. Ms. Buena obtained her bachelor's degree in agriculture, major in agronomy, and a master's degree in business management at the University of the Philippines, Los Baños. She has been with Masipag for 23 years and has spent many years in the capacity building of farmers in the field of organic agriculture production, marketing, PGS development, campaigning, and lobbying for PGS recognition in the Philippines. She is now the regional coordinator for Masipag Luzon and is currently a member of the IFOAM PGS committee. Let us all welcome Ms. Maria Rowena Buena.
Hello, everyone. Thank you, Ryan, for the introduction. So I would like to thank Naturland first for inviting Masipag to this important event, and hopefully our participants will learn more about what we are doing in Masipag and, of course, the importance of consuming organic rice. So, yeah. So I will be discussing about the benefits of consuming organic rice, why healthy food, safe environment, and empowered farmers, and also I will be sharing with you the organic rice conservation and improvement strategy of Masipag. Next slide, please. So there are 4 topics here. The first one is empowering farmers and their organizations. The second one is building sustainable food systems and communities. Safe, accessible, sustainable, and affordable food for all. And lastly, what are the needed support to our farmers? Next slide. So, Masipag, as mentioned by Ryan, is magsasaka at siyentipiko para sa pag-unlad ng agrikultura, or in English is Farmer Scientist Partnership for Development. Masipag is a farmer-led network of people's organization or farmers' organization, NGOs, and scientists working towards the sustainable use and management of biodiversity through control of genetic and biological agricultural production and associated knowledge. Masipag actually is a product of resistance of farmers against corporate control and agricultural policies and programs which are not beneficial or which are not appropriate to their context, needs, and realities. So our vision is to improve the quality of life of small-scale farmers. And our principle or philosophy basically is people first before profit. This guides our organization in all of our programs, strategies, and approaches. And our goal is to support the local initiatives of resourceful farmers and their organizations to achieve or to attain farmers' rights over land and production. Next slide, please. So I will be discussing first what are the main issues that the farmers are facing right now. The first one is the land use conversion. Actually, this is a massive land use conversion happening in the Philippines, especially of the prime agricultural lands being converted into residential or industrial areas, and even plantations which are not intended for food in the Philippines. The next one is development aggression. This includes projects such as mega dams and minings, which directly affects organic agriculture production of farmers and consequently their income. The next one is the proliferation of GMOs. The Philippines actually is the first country in the world to approve the marketing of golden rice or the genetically modified rice, which is another technical solution to the complex social and economic situation of the farmers here in the Philippines. Of course, we already know how climate change is affecting many farmers, not the entire country, actually, especially the marginalized sector. We have an average of 20 typhoons annually, and and our position globally, and of course the economic situation of our country makes us more vulnerable to the impacts of climate change. Uh, of course, our agricultural system is very market driven. That's why in a particular time or period in our production, there are lots of surpluses, which are sometimes being thrown because the market cannot absorb it, or in some other time, we have there are no food available for the Filipino people. So next slide. So as response, of course, Masipag and the farmers started collecting local and traditional rice varieties. They have also established seed banks in the community, did rice breeding to improve their varieties, and especially now that we have climate change, so rice breeding is directed towards adaptation and mitigation for climate change, and enhance seed exchanges and seed sharing, which is very important for organic farmers. And also, farmers did a lot of campaigning and lobbying and alliance building to have a better or to influence our policymakers for a more to have the program directed to their needs and aspirations as farmers. We also did a lot of strengthening of farmers' organization because of to have the leverage to do more lobbying for a more positive policies. And of course, farmers did a lot of local marketing, especially of products that they are producing in their farms. Many of them also did organic food festivals, local food festivals. In Quezon Province, we have what we call the Patikim Festival, which is a promotion of organic products and local products of farmers. So next slide, please. Of course, Masipag did more than those that I have mentioned. We have, I have put in here the 4 dimensions of agroecology principles, and these are the approaches of Masipag under each dimension. For the environmental dimension, farmers are collecting local and traditional seeds, even animal breeds, to maintain and improve biodiversity and, of course, ecosystem integrity as adaptation and mitigation strategy for climate change. The one that I have mentioned already, breeding according to local conditions and farmers' objectives, that is very important for Masipag. And practice diversified and integrated farming systems, not only to diversify food, but income and strengthen the farm ecosystem as well to withstand climate disasters and risks, pests, and diseases. Of course, organic production system to attain a safe and healthy diet, lifestyle, and environment. The second one is the social cultural. So we are promoting the farmer developed and adapted technology, so that farmers and indigenous communities as well can practice based on the available resources in their communities. Practice organic agriculture based on the available resources in their community. Um, Another one is the engagement and participation of women, youth, and indigenous people. We all know that the women are the women are important in agriculture, and uh, the farmers, as mentioned earlier, they are not getting any younger. So we have to involve the young people in agriculture. Bayanihan or working together is important also for farmers organization to support them from the people's organization up to the national level, meaning national masipag no as a national network. Bottom-up approach in program development, planning, monitoring, and evaluation. This means that in all of the programs and projects and planning of Masipag, we always ask farmers what do they need, because this has not been happening in many cases. No? Farmers are just recipients of technology. So bottom-up approach is important for farmers. And of course, promotion of PGS as organic certification. In terms of economic dimension, diversification of income from the marketing of raw and processed products by the organization, and surplus is sold at the local market. We have what we call the socialized pricing scheme in Masipag, wherein the farmers sell their products to fellow farmers in the community or other community members at a much lower price compared to other buyers. No? So that they will be able to provide organic products to the community. It is much more affordable for them. Income is divided to ensure farmers' income, of course, to sustainability of the enterprise or the marketing, the activities of the farmers' organization, calamity fund. They also provide some fund for that, among others. And of course, PGS again. And then at the political dimension, of course, we believe that practical work is the best advocacy to promote organic agriculture or to influence other farmers to do organic as well. Farmers are showing them what organic agriculture is by practicing the production system in their own farm. So that is their best advocacy. Uh, of course, we campaign against development aggression, like I mentioned earlier, and farmers lobby and engage for policy implementation and change. No? Support to organic agriculture, banning of pesticides, especially glyphosate and GMOs, protection of environment and human rights as well. And campaigning against corporate control on seeds, technology, inputs and lands at the local, national, and international level. Next slide, please. So, with the increasing demand for organic product, there's also a need to engage, of course, consumers. During the pandemic, we saw that there's an increasing demand for safe and healthy food because COVID-19 is a health issue. So there's an increase in demand for safe and healthy food as during that time. And until now, it is happening. And we saw that there's a significant increase in demand for organic products, even in retail sales. And of course, the increasing concerns over the effect of chemical farming to the environment, even for conventional farmers, they are already seeing that. So there is a need really for a safe, accessible, sustainable, and affordable food for all. Next slide, please. So this one, I will be focusing more on the question of why consume organic rice. As you can see in this slide, the example here is the unpolished rice, which contains the bran itself, contains proteins, lipid, fibers, vitamins, and minerals. If you don't like milled rice, well-milled rice, the bran is being removed. So basically, we are feeding the animals, the livestock, the vitamins and minerals. That's not being fed to the people. So it is really better to consume unpolished rice. There's also vitamin E, B, and minerals, and of course the milling recovery is higher because only the husk is being removed during the milling. And of course, especially for people who are uh, trying to lose weight, this is important also because we love rice. We eat rice a lot, so we have to consume rice that is not really fast to digest. And of course, we are longer satiated no, with the unpolished rice. Next slide, please. So in 2015, the nutritional content of some popular basipag varieties were analyzed during, different methods to obtain the nutritional value. And as we can see here in the slide, uh, the moisture content, ash, energy, total fat, total carbohydrates, and protein, we can see that the red rice, we have 5 varieties here, M36, M64, M45-1, M108-2R, and Dunirado Special. M actually means masipag, no? So we can see that the total carbohydrate, for example, for red rice, the M108-2R is lower than the rest of the varieties. M36, 64, and M45-1 and Donrado are white rice. The total fat is also higher for red rice, and the protein is much higher as well. So there are more nutrients no, in red rice, but of course we can only see, next slide please, that local varieties no, have a positive, of course, effect to consumers. Masipag rice, they are bred by farmers and Masipag itself using traditional and local varieties. So we just improve the characteristics of the local and traditional varieties so that even the lowland farmers can also plant them in the irrigated rice lands. So we can see here that with the local varieties, the digestion is much more slower, the protein is much more higher, the lipids, beta carotene, and other nutrients compared to the high-yielding varieties. Next slide, please. So what do farmers need? So what do they need? I would like to focus here. I just remembered that this one farmer, one of our farmer leader, he was asked by a student, the very important question, always being asked to organic farmers. He was asked, do you think organic agriculture or organic farmers can feed the increasing population of the Philippines? And his answer was, that's my dream. That's every organic farmer's dream that we are able to feed the increasing population because we know that what we are producing are better for them, better for the environment, better for the people, and will give farmers higher income. However, we all know that the organic producers in the country are only 5% of the total population of the farmers in the country. So this question is how are we going to do that? No? That even the type of farming, the conventional farming, which was being promoted by chemical companies and transnational corporations, weren't able to provide to Filipino people. So what do we need? So he said that we need an enabling environment to be able to do that. What is included in the enabling environment? Of course, we have to have a lot of capacity building, especially for farmers in terms of business and marketing management, organizational development, because farmers are not farming by themselves, they are in the community. So organizational development, and especially if they are organized, is important for them. Market, no? Establishment of local organic markets. The organic markets in the Philippines are very limited. No? We all know that the budget for organic agriculture is not even 1% of the total budget of the agriculture sector here in the Philippines. It's very small. And how can that budget support the increasing number of organic farmers in the country? Of course, we have to link them to universities, government, institutions, hospitals, or other organizations so that they have a market for their products. And of course, we have to facilitate the transport. That's one of the challenges of many farmers, especially in far-flung areas, no, that they weren't able to bring their products to the market because of the transportation challenges that they are first facing. Other support system, of course, technology transfer, training, capacitation, and other technologies that will help them improve their organic production. Equipment and facilities, needed for organic production. With the organic standards, they cannot use or share their equipment to other farmers. So there need to be a specific or facilities just for their use. Of course, budget for training and other capacity building for organic farmers, and linkage to other institutions who can give them more of this equipment and even financing. Policies, of course, TGS to support farmers' initiative. We now have the Republic Act 11511, but then local government units have to have their own local ordinances, adapting this law so that support will be given to them as well. So local legislation, especially in declaring organic zones to protect farmers and their farms against conventional and contamination of GMOs, especially corn, and now we have the rice, and we have other crops as well, the PP eggplant that is being promoted. So there are a lot of challenges and threats, to the organic production of farmers and other related policies. One of our farmers partner mentioned that we have to declare a moratorium against land use conversion, especially of prime agricultural lands being converted to residential or other use, because we have irrigated lands are now being converted into residential areas. So that would also mean that food production will be lesser or smaller, and that gives the government more reason to import products from other countries. Yeah. And of course, recognitions of farmers' rights, for them to express their rights over land, seeds, technologies, knowledge, and marketing. As we all know now, this one's now being threatened with other policies implemented by the government. So these are the needs of the farmers that should be met, and this is very important for the farmers, so that every Filipino can have a taste of organic rice, heirloom rice, traditional rice. So I think that's all, and thank you very much for listening. Maraming salamat po. Magandang hapon.
Thank you very much, Miss Rowena. So it's so nice to hear about all the many good works that Masipag is doing, and I also liked how your talk or your presentation emphasized on providing an enabling environment for our farmers. So of course that would include all the many aspects. Technical assistance, policy should be there. Market should also be developed. So we can further discuss, and if you have any questions, I can see that some questions were already posted. We'll get to them later during the Q&A portion. But if you have other questions for Ms. Rowena, please feel free to put them on the chat box. For those who are watching on Facebook and YouTube, you can also use the comment tab for you to ask your questions. At this point, we'll be doing a Menti poll. So I'd like to request you to try to scan this QR code right in front of you, or you could also go to menti.com and use the code 77568607 for our short Menti poll. I'll give you a minute to go to menti.com. Okay. Alright, so are we there yet? Nasa menti.com na ba tayo? Again, use the QR code or simply go to menti.com and enter the code. I think we're ready for the first question. Oh, okay. So yeah, and we also have responses already. So the first question is, have you tried eating organic rice? So may mga yes tayo, pero marami ring not yet at no. So parang almost 50-50, no? Almost 50-50. So half of you tried organic rice and half of you haven't tried it yet. So maybe this is a sign for you to try organic rice. Okay, let's go to the second question. What one word would you use to describe organic rice? So since we're talking about organic rice, when you hear about organic rice, what word would you associate to it? So let's wait for some responses. Healthy. Okay, so this was emphasized by our speaker, Ms. Rowena. It's about our health. Nutrition is there. Palatable. Amazing. Amazing. Ano pang mga words natin? Straight from the farm, no fertilizers. It's safe, sustainable. Hard to chew. Hard to chew. Baka hindi niluto ng maigi. More water siguro. Okay. It has a unique taste. Alright. Color brown. So normally, no, this organic rice would have different colors, parang colors of the rainbow. It's aromatic, pero the key word that is appearing is about healthy, about nutritious aspect of organic rice. Let's move on to the third question. Do you think it's important for Filipinos to consume organic rice? Should we start consuming organic rice? Yes, a resounding yes. And of course, that is what is also emphasized by our first speaker. And the reason why we also have this webinar is to raise awareness and to encourage more people to go organic. This in particular to try to eat more organic rice. Okay. All right, and I think that's our final question. Thank you so much for your participation. I hope you are enjoying this live stream so far, but we still have another topic. Our next speaker will share how heirloom rice cultivation correlates with preserving the environment and indigenous culture. She will provide case studies where such is evident. A good example is how her fellow indigenous Kalinga tribesmen have preserved their forests through sustainable agriculture, and in this case, through heirloom rice cultivation. Wow. She will also share some of her recipes. Okay, yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Using heirloom rice and how they were able to bring local varieties to Slow Food International's Terra Madre. Our second speaker, Ms. Rowena Gonay, yes, another Rowena, is the co-founder of Slow Food Pasil in Kalinga. She has been pioneering projects and activities in the area for more than a decade to preserve their indigenous traditions, especially on food and agriculture. She also works with the local government unit and has been instrumental in institutionalizing localized slow food activities such as Terra Madre Pasil. For years, she and her husband have been showcasing Kalinga cuisines in Turin, Italy, including those made from heirloom rice, thus helping save indigenous food. Let's give a warm welcome to Miss Rowena Gonay.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am Rowena Gonay of Tangtalan Pasil, Kalinga, Slow Food Community Coordinator and focal person on organic agriculture in the local government unit of Pasil. I am happy and thankful for Naturland in the Philippines through Daniel Jason M. Matches, social media coordinator, for giving me the opportunity to share to you the role of heirloom rice in preserving indigenous culture and the environment on this 5th live stream webinar entitled Back to Earth, Eat Heirloom Rice, Good to Environment, for better for you and the environment. The role of heirloom rice in preserving indigenous culture and environment. Next slide, please. I will share to you the background history of heirloom rice. How fast was the heirloom rice varieties disappearing? When we started marketing heirloom rice varieties in 2006, we conducted a survey. About 34 varieties left out of 59 original varieties. So in 2016, last processing and shipment of export market, there was only 13 left. And at present, 8 to 10 including glutinous varieties left in our locality. Next slide. Heirloom rice sustainable seed keeping processed by indigenous farmers. This process has been practiced that some of the varieties preserved and protected. The sustainable traditional production start from seed selection. This is done during harvesting. Indigenous farmers go first and select the best of the best panicle and go first and select and harvest them and put special vine, we call it sokeg, with an animal bone, tied it up on the first bundle harvested and mark on the first harvest to be reserved for seed for the next cropping season. Sometimes before they stack the bundled rice in the rice granary or barn, they select the best panicled bundled from the harvested rice and together with the marked bundle and put in the bottom stockpile. That is the easiest way to select seed for the next cropping. It is a tradition that when they consume the rice and found the marked bundle in the bottom pile, they stop bringing out rice from the barn and sacrifice to buy commercial rice. Next, please, slide. How it is related to the indigenous culture and tradition. The indigenous people has many rituals. Rituals on engagement, rituals in getting married, rituals for pregnant women, ritual for firstborn child, ritual for teenage, and rituals for old age, rituals for sick person, ritual for dead, ritual for burial, ritual after 9 days of death. It shows that indigenous ritual is from womb to tomb. Aside from other rituals on food production, all these rituals never perform without heirloom rice or the glutinous rice. We call it chaikot. This is the reason why we must sustain our heirloom, preserve and protect it if we want to preserve our tradition and culture. Next slide, please. How heirloom rice related to the mitigation of climate change, protection of environment and the biodiversity. Production of heirloom rice indigenous system is environmentally friendly. We just incorporate weeds to the mud that becomes nutrient, food for other edible living things like snail, fish, and other beneficial living things, insect within the rice paddy. During land preparation, they harvest edible things for ingredients that is very nutritious. That was before mechanization was introduced. The farming system was so sustainable with biodiversity and the environment. And now, the modern farming technology. Farmers are so busy nowadays. They are always rushing. They use weedicide to clear weeds, mechanized to cultivate, inorganic fertilizer to grow the plant, chemical pesticide to control pests, and the result, they are feeding the plant but killing the soil, putting toxic in their food and illness to the consumer. Next slide, please. In 2019, we were recognized as the first slow food community in the Philippines by the Slow Food International. But before we became a slow food community, we are already working since 2012. Our advocacy was focused on the preservation of food and culture and tradition. And some of our activities undertaken, we organize farmer leaders, we conduct farmers meeting, farmers classes in the municipality and in barangays in our municipality. We mapping of the remaining varieties of rice, heirloom rice, and we also conduct school on air, slow food on air in our local government unit. Next slide. We organize and facilitate Indigenous Food Festival in our locality. We organize and facilitate Terra Madre celebration annually and organize food festival in school and villages in our municipality. Next slide. So we also assist farmers in processing and marketing of heirloom rice. We also conduct organic agriculture training to enhance production. We partner in other agencies like the Department of Agriculture, Agricultural Training Institute, and other foundation. We conduct organic formulation, a hands-on training in different barangays in our locality, in the municipality. We also conduct quality control of heirloom rice for marketing. Next. We link to the local government unit of Pasil and the Tourism and Agriculture Office. As a result, the Sangguniang Bayan enacted an ordinance institutionalizing slow food activities in the municipality of Pasil. An executive order prohibit processed snack and soda served during meetings, seminars, and training within the municipality. We organize slow food community in every villages to get commitment on the sustainable production of heirloom rice. And finally, with the assistance of the Slow Food International staff, we were able to organize Slow Food Presija, the first in the Philippines, the heirloom rice or the Unoy variety in our municipality. Next. So sharing to you the best-selling recipe out from our heirloom rice, the inanchila. This was often present during rituals, most especially on the indigenous life cycle from womb to tomb. This recipe was featured many times in the province, in the region, and international on TV station, bloggers, and local media. It is simply the powdered glutinous rice wrapped with ground orchids to cook. After cooking, they put the coconut, we call it lachok, or the coconut curd as topping and sauce. It can be snack or dessert. From this recipe, we had already 2 outlets, one in the municipality and in the city. Just let people taste the very special recipe of the indigenous people called inanchila in our own dialect. Next slide. So the materials needed in making inanchila, the ingredients, the powdered glutinous heirloom rice, ground orchid for wrapping the leaf, coconut milk, lachok or coconut curd, brown sugar, muscovado, and cooking utensils. And that is the picture of our inanchila, like tang. In chila, in our dialect, is the tang. So that is the next slide. So if you want to taste the authentic inanchila, you can come and visit Ilijan Farm, Dangtalan Slow Food Community. And if you want to order, contact Mekay's Inanchila, Magsaysay Tabuk, Kalinga. And if you want to buy heirloom rice, visit Aran Pasalubong Camp 7 Cannon Road, Baguio City, our outlet. And for volume, you can order, contact Kalinga Heirloom product for volume of order on heirloom rice. And that is our inanchila. You can order and deliver it any point here in Luzon. And you can see the number of that outlet. So that is our community, Dangtalan. So you can visit us there in the Slow Food Community, Dangtalan. For more information, you can contact Lam and Gonay, our Slow Food spokesperson, Pasil Community. Thank you very much. Istay Manji.
Thank you so much, Ms. Rowena Gonay. Thank you for putting a spotlight on the importance of preserving heirloom rice. And thank you for sharing your story. And I can't wait to try the inanchila. Mukhang masarap, no? All right, so if you have questions, we'll get to those questions in a few minutes. So just put them on the chat box. And again, if you're on Facebook or YouTube, use the comment tab. We'll do another Mentimeter poll. So here's the QR code. Scan the QR code or go to menti.com and enter the code. All right. So we'll give you a few minutes to get to menti.com. And we proceed with question number 1. How are you feeling after our 2 learning field lectures? Okay, are you learning a lot from this session? Okay, so we have 1 response now. That person is more curious about organic items. So that's good. That's one of the reasons why we're doing this webinars, this live stream, is because we want to raise more awareness about the organic lifestyle and eating more organic food. So I think we are achieving that. Okay, so happy that the webinar is empowering women, enlightened, inspired, learning about organic rice. Meron ding na-overwhelmed at meron ding nagugutom katulad ko. All right. Excited to try organic food, and I'm learning a lot. Okay, that's great. Let's move on to the second question. Give 1 word to describe heirloom rice. So what word would you associate to heirloom rice? Rustic, tasty, organic, rich, better, tasty. Okay, so mostly yung word na lumalabas is organic, no? May sticky na word, sticky, healthy. Again, the word health is always coming up. Authentic, okay, I like that word. Tradition, vibrant, traditional, natural. All right, thank you. And we proceed to the final question for this Menti poll. Would you travel to remote communities to buy their heirloom rice and meet the farmers? Yes, please. Ihanda na ang vacation leave. Okay, yes na yes. Maybe someday. Yes na yan. Definitely. Definitely, yes. In fact, I think there are some tourism programs who actually do this, no? Going to farms, visiting remote communities. And that's something we look forward to. Thank you once again, everyone, for joining the Mentimeter poll. We shall now proceed to the open forum so that we could answer some of the questions that you have posted. So let us welcome back our two esteemed speakers to join me on the virtual stage. And yes, by the way, happy International Women's Day sa ating mga kababaihan. And it's fitting to have two empowered women as our resource speakers for this live stream. So happy International Women's Day.
Thank
Pag
you,
may
sir.
mga, yes. Pag may mga questions pa po kayo, feel free to send them over. Pero let's get the ball rolling with the question. We have one question about how, yun nga, both of you wanted to encourage the consumption of organic rice, heirloom rice, but there's a question of access. Accessible ba siya? Sino normally yung may access nito? Pagpupunta pa ako sa grocery, I can buy this, or I need to go to the remote farms to buy organic rice or heirloom rice. Let's start with Miss Buena.
Okay, thank you. O nga, no, pareho kami Rowena, no? Mahirap. Anyway, actually, now, the organic rice is becoming more accessible, no, to consumers, especially in Metro Manila, because we have the Organic Agriculture Act, which is supporting farmers in bringing their products in Metro Manila. Of course, there are available products in the provinces, in the rural communities as well. But of course, the volume is still quite low. So that's why the campaign of the farmers is for them to have more support so they can produce more. So that's actually the one of the big challenge for organic farmers, really, to produce more.
Yes. Ms. Gonay, would you like to add to that? I know you have posted, you're actually selling this heirloom rice, no? So meron kayong
Yes.
branch sa Baguio. Pero how about, let's say, meron people from Manila who would buy this? Pwede naman pala Luzon, no? Parang you order
Yes,
and
sir.
then you can send. Okay.
Yes, sir. They can just order the heirloom rice variety through message, so that we can also send it through bus, because it is far here. So they can order at least a week before. So we can
Right.
tell it to the farmer producers or the cooperative, the farmers organization. They can prepare, because we
Yes.
cannot keep the rice, so because it's easy to. That's it. They
Right,
can
right.
order us.
Okay, so you can order from Miss Gona, and she provided her
Yes.
contacts, and you can reach out to her. Going back to Miss Buena, you said na meron naman, and Miss Gonay is they have these efforts to actually promote it. They can send to all over Luzon. May question tayo about access naman to the
Seeds.
for the seeds. For instance,
Yeah.
we have farmers who are interested to cultivate this.
Yeah.
Where can they get these seeds?
Actually, at my back, you can see these are rice varieties. These are bottles of rice varieties. We have more than 2,000 varieties of rice planted here in Nueva Ecija. So that's combination of traditional heirloom rice collected by the farmers all over the Philippines, and also we have farmer bred rice, what we call farmer bred rice and masipag rice. These are free to access by farmers because Masipag believes that farmers should not be seeds should not be sold to the hands of those who take care of the food, specifically farmers. So they are free, but of course they have to ask us, and so we can give them orientation about the seeds, about how it is how it should be planted, no? And of course, about Masipag as an organization, because we are really promoting traditional local, not only rice, but corn, other vegetables, and even livestock as well. So what they need to do is contact us. They can reach us through our email at luzon@masipag.org. And we also have our website, masipag.org, and our Facebook page. Masipag, we have 4 Facebook page now because we are a national network. So we have a Facebook page for Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao, and Masipag as a network. So they can just try to look for Masipag Luzon Facebook page, and that's where they can message us and find us.
Right. Thank you, Miss Buena. So there you have it. You can reach out to Masipag through Miss Buena to access the seeds, especially for the farmers. So I guess we were able to respond to the question. It's accessible. And there are efforts to promote this. They are available in the market, but obviously medyo limited pa siya. That's also the reason again that we're doing here, because we want to further raise the awareness ganyan para mas maging accessible pa siya. Related to access is the issue of price. Ayan. So normally, di ba, palagi ring lumalabas yan when we're talking about organic products. Yes, everyone would agree that it is more ideal, but then when it comes to the price, that's where people will be a bit hesitant kasi especially if you're not really earning a lot, no? Why would you choose a relatively more expensive na organic rice, for instance, or organic product? Although Ms. Buena mentioned something about socialized pricing scheme as a way of making it more accessible. But in general, the price can be very limiting. Ayan. So start muna tayo kay Miss Gonay. What's your reaction to that? Sabi nila, mahal naman yan. Bilhin ko na lang yung mas mura.
Yes, sabi nga nila mahal, pero hindi mahal pag yung kailangan mo ay para sa yung sarili, for your health. Kaya kahit na, kasi nung pumunta ang, ano pa yun, BSW, Bureau of Statistics, pinuntahan yung rice area namin dito sa Pasil, Kalinga, at nakita nila yung area, paano ng farmers i-produce. Sabi nila, kahit na 300, walang question itong heirloom rice. Kaya hindi yung presyo kasi nandyan naman lahat doon sa ng kilo ng rice, including the preservation of ecosystem, preservation of our rice terraces, and our culture that is built in that rice.
Right. So marami siyang benefits, no? So
yes.
Yeah, it's not just
buying the rice.
Buying the rice, exactly. It's also about culture. It's also about the environment. You talked about how it contributes to climate action. So marami tayong co-benefits when we try to promote organic rice or organic produce. Ms. Buena, anything you would like to add to that in terms of the issue of price?
Yes, actually, the price, it sometimes it can be pricey, really, and most of the consumers, especially the masses, no, the common masses, they are not able to afford the organic rice. But what we can also share to them, or what they can do, is to buy directly from the producers, especially if they are in the communities. So a lot of communities are now producing organic rice. I've seen some of our friends here from Pagadian. Pagadian is in Zamboanga del Sur. They are producing organic rice as well. So, and that's in Mindanao, and they're also in Visayas and Luzon. So the number of farmers producing are increasing. So hopefully more consumers can really afford and buy organic rice.
All right, thank you so much. Okay, so now we settled that. We said that price can be an issue, but then it's when we consume organic rice, heirloom rice, it's beyond buying the rice. We talk about other co-benefits, health, supporting the community, culture, the environment. Now, both of you also talk about health. Sometimes this can be a contentional topic when it comes to organic. Sabi nila, talagang healthy ba automatically pag organic? Sinasabi nila, safe, yes, but not necessarily healthy. Although, in your presentation, Ms. Buena, you actually did a study comparing yung nutritional value ng mga different varieties and also organic. So maybe we can start with you, Ms. Buena, about this question on is it actually healthy pag sinabing mo organic?
Oo. Siguro, like, dun sa presentation ko, makikita nyo na ano siya, no? Organic rice, slow digestion. So, and of course, mas matagal kang busog, kumbaga, no? Dahil mas heavy siya para sa tiyan. I think the key word here lagi ay yung tama lang kainin, no? Huwag sobra-sobra. Kasi yun naman ang nagiging dahilan talaga kung bakit nagiging unhealthy yung diet. Kapag sobra-sobra, even for white rice, even for polished rice, kapag sobra-sobra siyang kinakain, doon na siya nagiging unhealthy para sa tao. So, aside from the benefits, the health benefits that I have presented, yung binanggit ko, the second one is yung pag sobra-sobra talaga yung pagkain. Yun yung lalong nakakapag ano. And syempre, consuming unpolished rice better because of the nutrient. The bran is there. All of the nutrients are there. I also mentioned that during the process of milling, nawawala yung bran, and that's where all the nutrients are. So, for many farmers, they are actually giving the nutrients to their livestock, like ducks and pigs, no? So ang joke nga nila minsan ay mas healthy pa yung pagkain dun sa hayop nila kaysa dun sa pagkain sa tao kasi nire-remove yung bran. So I guess yun yung mga dapat tingnan siguro sa consumption, not only of organic rice, but rice in general. Thank you.
Yes. Ms. Gonay, any comments on that? Pag organic, healthy ka agad ba yun? Or yeah, what's your response to that?
Yes, but saying organic in our municipality, we're not so much because we are still under the PGS. Our logo is expired, so we have to go on the participatory guarantee system. That's why we are using the slow food logo, because if you say it is slow food, meaning it is more organic. So here in our municipality and the province, if they call it slow food, meaning that is natural, that is healthy, it adds life, slow life. So we are using that before using the organic logo, because we are still processing our PGS certification for rice.
Yeah. Yes, thank you, Ms. Gonay. And I really like how our participants dito sa Zoom are very engaged. They're putting a lot of comments and questions sa chat box. Thank you so much for your questions and comments. Now we proceed to some production questions. And siguro mga farmers very technical yung mga questions nila eh. For instance, there's this one question about lost native varieties. I understand that masipag, and I'm sure Ms. Gonay also practices seed saving to make sure that the native varieties are preserved. But how come we are losing a lot of varieties despite our efforts of seed saving? Yeah, Ms. Buena?
Totoo yan, no? We used to have 4,000 traditional varieties, including heirloom varieties in our country. But ngayon, very few na lang yung natitira. Here in Masipag, we have something like 800, only 800 varieties that were collected by the farmers all over the country. And the reasons, of course, yung massive promotion ng conventional farming using high-yielding varieties or yung na hindi naman siya, of course, hindi yan traditional or probably from traditional parents, but of course, that's very different na from our traditional and heirloom varieties. So, yung massive production, massive promotion, massive production and distribution to farmers all over the Philippines, yun, yung isang malaking epekto, no? And of course, yung binabanggit nga ni Miss Rowena na talagang minsan kailangan mo pumunta sa mga malalayong community just to have a taste of traditional varieties. So if you are a consumer and you want to have a taste of that, no, that would be more expensive for you. And dati naman marami tayong mga varieties na pwede nating ma-access even dito sa lowland na communities. So yeah, you know, the conflicting policies and projects and programs that affects no the availability of the traditional and heirloom varieties.
Thank you, Ms. Buena. Ms. Gonay, how are you preserving the heirloom rice?
Heirloom rice.
Yeah.
Yes, in our municipality, there are many varieties lost, the heirloom rice varieties. So we only have less than 20 varieties left. Since we joined the revitalization of heirloom rice in 2006, we were able to map some of our remaining heirloom rice variety. So it's good that the local government unit is also buying the heirloom rice variety and to be distributed to the farmers who are interested, because the revitalization is to bring back the heirloom rice in the locality and bring back in the ecosystem, because they have the farmers has experienced that the loss of our heirloom rice variety is also the loss of some edible foods within the ecosystem of our rice paddy. And also the slow food, also this organization is also helping us revive this heirloom rice. So we have our heirloom rice that is in the Arc of Taste, Slow Food International, and also now we are the first slow food procedure, the preservation of our heirloom rice in our municipality.
Yes, thank you, Ms. Gonay. There was actually a question about that, the slow food movement. Tinatanong kung
Yes.
meron ba tayong slow food movement, and you already answered that. Indeed, we do have a sort of branch, no? Because slow food movement is an international movement, and we actually have a branch here in the Philippines. And I think both of our speakers will be providing their contacts later, no, yung mga website
Yes,
mo
sir.
and your email, kasi some of them were also asking. I think they would want to reach out. We have other questions related to production. Very specific siya. Controlling hairy caterpillars. I don't know if you both encountered this sa farms. Paano daw i-control? How can we address the hairy caterpillars? Anyone?
Hairy caterpillars. Meron dito sa farm namin sa Nueva Ecija, we plant the 2,000 varieties every cropping season. So we have a land that is really devoted to the in situ conservation of the rice varieties that we have. So far, we haven't really encountered a lot of infestation because it's not really, you know, specific pest, but because the ecosystem is quite stable because we have been doing organic since the establishment of this farm in 1985. So this farm has been organic for 38 years and we haven't, encountered pests. Basically, that's the principle in organic agriculture, that you have to establish the ecosystem of your farm, and you don't, you have a certain percentage of pests so that the beneficial insect would feed on them. So that's that's the idea, to establish the ecosystem. So we don't have much problem. What the farmers are facing right now is the impact of climate change. So that's the worst problem nowadays. And we are also, relating the effects of climate change, the changing climate dun sa resurgence or dun sa paglabas ng maraming insects or maraming peste sa mga sakahan. So, quite complex, no, yung insects natin. So, siguro by doing organic agriculture and having more diverse farm, you practice diversified and integrated farming, or you have more varieties of rice planted in your field, you would help.
Yes. Thank you, Ms. Buena. Ms. Gonay, do you have other tips to fellow farmers who may be having troubles with pests?
Yes, in our locality, we did not yet a hairy caterpillar, but some of the pests that is destroying their crop. But what we are sharing is the use of organic pesticide. We let them know, or during farmers classes, we are preparing and showing how to prepare the local, how to produce organic pesticide that they can use sa sakahan nila, yung mga problema sa rice plant nila. Ang pinaka problema nila yung rats, yung birds, yun lang ang tapos yung insufficient mineral, yung lisaw, zinc deficiency. Yan yung pinaka problema sa heirloom rice namin.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Miss Gonay. Thank you to both our Rowenas. Okay, we have a specific question on costly production, and nagtatanong nga siya on average ROI daw in one cropping. They have the figures. Because this, after all, this is also considered a business, right? So would you be able to provide the average ROI in one cropping?
Yeah. So, meron kaming study na ginawa noong 2008 regarding income, no? And we saw that organic farmers have better income compared to conventional rice. Specifically because of the cost of production, no? They have lower cost of production. Yung seeds kasi nila, meron silang seeds na tinatanim galing sa kanilang mga community at sa kanilang mga collection. Tapos yung inputs nila ay ginagawa nila. Of course, ang mas mataas na gastos talaga ay ang labor, no? Kung include natin ng labor. Pero ang tinitingnan kasi dito ng mga farmers ay yung net income na eh. So, hindi yung gross income. If you compare organic from conventional farming, sa gross income, makikita mo, mas malaki yung kita dun sa conventional kasi mas mataas yung yield, in some cases. Pero pag niles mo na yung mga gastos, hindi mo pa isama yung environment, health, na mga di ba? So, dun natin siya dapat siguro tinitingnan para din mas ma-appreciate natin talaga yung pag-consume or pagtatanim ng organic rice.
Thank you, Ms. Buena. Ms. Connie?
Regarding sa ROI, when the cooperative or the rice terraces farmers, the organization, we were assisted by the Department of Agriculture to prepare the business plan to see if there is an income of selling our heirloom rice. So when we do that business plan, it is break even. So you should have the price like 50 to 60 pesos a kilo of rice, not the unmilled rice break even. But now, because of all nuts, but they're also using no outside input, so they can just produce their fertilizer to reduce the expenses. because in our place the labor is so laborious. It's our rice paddy is so far in our community, so the hauling, that is the main problem. Break
Yes.
even.
Okay. Thank you so much. We have so many questions. I think we answered most of them, but we don't have enough time to respond to all of them. So again, you can reach out directly to Miss Buena and Miss Gonay. They'll be providing their contact details later on in the chat box. We would like to ask both of our speakers if there's one takeaway that you would like for our audience, for our participants to remember, what would be that key takeaway that you would like them to remember? Let's start with Ms. Buena.
So organic agriculture and agroecology will definitely help our farmers. We can help them with their situation right now. We all know that one of the most pinakamahirap na sector, the poorest sector, are the farmers. So by buying or their products, especially those who are in the community, malaki yung matutulong nila. And also support the lobbying of farmers para sa safe na environment. So if golden rice is being promoted in their community, so they have to lobby also not to plant them in their community, because I saw in the chat box they were asking about contamination. No? So I think the first thing to do is not allow your community to have the GMOs in your area. So a lot of issues are threatening our rice industry. So I think hearing the farmers, engaging with them, talking to them would definitely help a lot.
Thank you, Ms. Buena. Ms. Gonay, key takeaway?
Yes, to our viewers, you to try eat rice, our heirloom rice, and also buy the heirloom rice from our farmers, because buying and eating is you preserve the ecology, the ecosystem, and also preserve the rice terraces in our community. And also preserving, buying it and eating, we preserve the taste and protecting the heritage of our ancestor.
Yeah, so nicely said. A round of virtual applause to both of our awesome speakers. This was really a very interesting discussion. Thank you so much for being with us and sharing your knowledge about organic and heirloom rice. Thank you so much, Miss Maria Rowena Buena and Miss Rowena Gonay. I'd like to invite our participants on Zoom to please turn on your camera so we'll have a group photo with our speakers. Okay, so just look at the camera, start smiling. Okay, let's give a minute for people to turn on their cameras and to fix their hair. And thank you so much. And once again, thank you to our speakers. Please provide your contact details because I think a lot of our participants are keen at reaching out to you. Before you leave, it's been a very productive afternoon, no? Don't you think so? We've learned a lot about organic rice, heirloom rice, and I hope this has been a good learning experience for you. But before you leave, we would like to encourage you to follow our Facebook page, subscribe to our YouTube channel, Naturland, Philippines. And for those who would like to avail of the certificate of participation, please fill up the evaluation form. So you can see here, this is the QR code for the evaluation form. Please complete the evaluation form. Your feedback will go a long way in helping us improve our future live streams and accelerate the call towards organic agriculture and healthy lifestyle in the Philippines and beyond. This has been your host, Ryan Bestre, and I'm saying, let's go organic. Thank you so much and enjoy the rest of the day. Bye.